launches, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air. We about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe. You already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the trade, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul. But when the ring is the goal, but if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes. Going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Bet you didn't expect that one. Bam! You suck. You suck, but you got 5 blocks, so I forgive you. Royal has not paid. Royal did not pay the basement members. So I'm all that's left. Me. I'm hosting the fucking post-game show. That's how damn bad we are. We're not paying wages out here. And we do not respond to threats. We are not fucking paying anyone else. I will do it myself. Merry Christmas to you beautiful people. The Miami Heat have just defeated the Orlando Magic in a classic. Neither team destroyed 90 points. Neither team scored 90 or more points in a game of NBA basketball. This is where we're at. It is almost 2025. And we are bringing the 2000s hoops back. High defense, hit shot making, no playmaking, but we have someone. A Tyler Herro shaped. What's it called? Resource. And he came through and he's doing it. He is him. He is going in. Now, I know what you're thinking. No Royal, no Kendall, no anybody. Don't you fucking worry. I have got some beautiful things planned for today. Beautiful. Starting with the Christmas tree. Okay? If you're going to say our production value is bad, get your fucking facts right. I bought a tree just for this show. The lights and everything. But it's missing a few ornaments. Something like that. It's missing something. We're going to start. And we all know Christmas is the time for giving. I want something this Christmas. A real point guard. I'm gonna that's the first thing on my list. A real point guard. I'm gonna put this one right here. I want a real point guard. De'Aaron Fox might become available in the near future. Now, can you imagine a De'Aaron Fox and Tyler Herro backcourt? That's what I want. That's what I fucking want. You know what else I want? Jimmy. His name has been in the media lately. I'm going to put you up here, Jimmy. Do not cover the King's face. Jimmy Butler. Pack your bags, brother. I know the Miami Heat released a statement saying they're not going to be trading him. I do not care. I do not care. I want him out of the Miami Heat. And he's tired. I am tired of this front office. I am tired of this shit. And we've got someone. The nasty man himself. Started on time. Going to be a white guy doing it. Okay. That's derogatory and hurts my feelings. So I'm not going to read any more of your things. I lied. Send more money and I will. I am telling you right now. Can we get some help for these guys? Because he's not helping. He ain't doing shit. But you know what I want most of all for Christmas? I want the sleepy man himself. Captain Idiot, Malakis Meni, Zon, who is sleeping at the helm the entire time and decides to release a statement to the Heat public. And decides to release a statement saying that the Miami Heat will not be trading Jimmy Butler. Just giving yourself another excuse. Give yourself more time off, Pat Riley. You do not need more time off. You need to make things happen for this organization. Let's talk about the game very quickly. Let's talk about the game. Okay. Herro Rozier was actually okay. He wasn't that bad. Did he shoot efficiently? No. Did he do anything spectacular? No. But did he play basketball? Yes, he did. He did. He played basketball. That's what we need from you. Oh, JQ. Donate for Jimmy and Pat plane tickets. I will send it to them personally. And before I forget, because I'm a forgetful idiot, please reach out to our friends at the CFIA Insurance Advisors, a primary sponsor of the Basement Sports Network, Simple Health Advisors. Insurance does not need to be complicated. Email them or give them a call today and tell them the Basement sent you at jpu@simplehealthadvisors.com. That's JPOUGH at simplehealthadvisors.com. 321-345-7738. That's 321-345-7738. I can do things on this network too. I might not be good, but I can read. That's all that matters. Duncan Robertson, 0 of 3. $18 million a year to do nothing. But we're going to keep going. Highsmith, play defense. Lovely. We wanted it. Jaime Jaquez actually hit 2 threes tonight. No, sorry, I lied. 3 threes. 3 threes? This is what we want. This is what we want from Jaime. Space the floor. If you can shoot, you have a place on this team with this organization. Okay? And that man right there will reward you with a 5-year guaranteed $23 million deal a year. Sadly. Let's talk about Bam. Okay? Let's talk about Bam. Because Bam, you got to figure something out, brother. I think he's tired. In all seriousness, I think he's tired. I think he's tired of all the shit that's going around in the media, around the team. I think he's tired of all this shit. Is he still playing defense at an elite level? Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. But he can't score to save his life. That was the big step this year. His big step this year was taking threes, spacing the floor, just putting up some numbers that we fucking need during a game. Because our offense for the last 3 years has been stagnant. The fan base thinks he's become Hassan Whiteside. See, this is what I'm talking about. No, he has not become Hassan Whiteside. Okay? He's become Draymond Green. That's who he's become. Now, do I think he can do more? Absolutely, I think he can do more. But if you honestly think that Bam Adebayo being here is a negative somehow, is a negative. You take Bam Adebayo out of this team, we will lose every fucking game. Every single game. Without even a second thought. What he does for this organization, what he does for this team is allows people to go in and actually fucking do their job. Because without the screens he sets, without the passes he makes, without the offensive rebounds he pulls down, without the defensive stats, this team would be in so much shit. And look, I love Kelly Ware. I think he's great. I think he's going to be good for a long, long time. I really do. After Spo decides to actually play the guy. But if you think he's going in there replicating what Bam does on a night-to-night basis, then we got nothing to speak about. we have got nothing to talk about. Because it's the truth. What he does on the floor cannot be replicated with one or two players. It's him being selfless every fucking night. I would love to push him to the 4 and play Kalal Ware to the 5. I would love to play him at the 5. Kalal Ware. I'd love to push down to the 4. I reckon that would solve a few of our problems. Now, I know the last time it didn't work out so good, but Kalal Ware is not like everyone else. He's not like your, whatever, Amir Yurtseven we tried him with. He's not like Kelly Olynyk. He's not like those types of players. He's quick. He's fast. He gets the rim very easily. He's good. But he's Bam a $50 million player. That's the question. That is the question we all have to ask ourselves. That's the wrong one. That's the one. Bam is not a $50 million player. Now, I agree with you. I don't think he's a $50 million player. But were we just prepared to like trade him for something? Because this organization doesn't trade. We don't trade to get better. We were never going to put him on the table for Giannis. We were never going to put him on the table for Kevin Durant. We were never going to put him on the table for any of these deals. So you're going to pay him or he's going to walk. Those are your two options, which is significant because today we are sitting here talking about someone else who, if we don't extend, will walk. That man right there, Jimmy Butler. But we're going to get to him in a minute because I don't like to jump topics like that back very quick. Bam insensitive, something, I don't know. Listen, we're not here to speculate. What the guy does behind closed doors is what he does behind closed doors. Hey, George, what state in Aussie are you from? And where can I get a Tim Tam in the USA? I will be bringing Tim Tams when I move to the USA next year. I'm doing it. Most likely. We don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Okay? 1 second. I'm back. Sorry. Someone was here. Now listen. Oh, baseball FPC with the $1.99. Now, is this Australian or American dollars? That's what I want to know. Duncan Robinson stinks. I know. But he's worth a lot more than that $1.99 donor that you just gave us. $19 million. $19 million. This is what I'm talking about, the front office. This is for this guy right here. We need to go and we need to figure out what this front office is doing because we cannot be paying these players like they are. We cannot be not moving players at the right times. It happened with Strus. It happened with Vincent. It happened with Caleb Martin. And it's happened with everyone else, Duncan Robinson especially. He is the pinnacle of this problem. We were afraid to move him because we didn't want to miss out on what he was giving us, okay? His game is not built on consistency, okay? It's built on those short stretches where he can explode for 3, 4, 5, 6 threes in a quarter. But the fact that we paid him a 4-year deal for the $80 million, was it? What the fuck? Why? Okay, I don't know why. That's the questions I'm asking you. I don't think George saw the game. I did see the game. I did watch the game. I was in the playback. Okay? If you guys don't know what the playback is, we watch the game together. The fans come together on the playback and we watch the game together. What better Christmas gift could you want than watching the game with myself, with people like Royal, with other people from the basement? Okay? I will be sending the link. And if you want to come and join me on here, you're more than welcome to. Okay? Tell me where to send the link to, and you can come onto this show, and we can debate, we can argue, we can talk shit, whatever the fuck you want. The ref helped a little bit as well. Listen, we got very unlucky earlier on with the calls. It's been happening the last few games. I've seen it more and more. We have not been, blessed, if you want to call it, but who gives a shit? Who cares? Now for the star of the show. We're going to talk about the guy who scored the game winner. Okay? His name is Tyler Herro. I have been critical of Tyler Herro over the last few years, and for good reason. Because when I sit here and I think of Tyler Herro, I don't think of the guy who, scored that game winner. I don't think about the guy who blew up for us in this first season against the Celtics. I don't really think about Tyler Herro, the potential all-star. I think about Tyler Herro, the man who's averaging 14.2 points in the playoffs. And until he changes that, until he goes into a playoff setting and he is the best player on the team, I will continue to be the way I am. Because I think the pressure makes diamonds, and I don't think the pressure is actually working well for him at all. Now, he can go score game winners, and I'm proud of him, and I'm happy he broke 20 points again, did it on 47% shooting. It's okay. I'm not that hypercritical. I'm not Royal. If he wants to score 20 points on 47%, I'm happy with that. But you have to offer something else. You have to offer something else. Now, defense, not his strong suit. Don't expect him to do well in defense. I don't at all. But what I do expect from him is to find the open man when your shot isn't falling. And today that was exactly the case. Second and third quarter, he was kind of, he was searching, he was hunting for the shot. It wasn't coming, it wasn't going. But we had players pop up and he wasn't finding them. I don't know. Now, Miguel, I see Bam just isn't the psychopath that we need. Now, listen, he's not the first option. He's not the first option. We don't need him to be anything. He can be the third option on this team. What we need is a consistent, healthy first option that's actually going to go put up buckets. Now, Jimmy has got his foot out the door, halfway out the door already. All right, it's sad, but it's the truth. It's reality. It's reality. And until we figure out the problem, until he comes back from this illness or this ankle roll, whatever kept him sidelined for this long, I don't know. I don't see a way that he comes back to this team and becomes productive for the rest of the season until we make the play-in eventually as well. Jose Mantos, I'm gonna try and read this. Okay. Es así Miguel. Bam es un pendejo. Did I do a good job? I think I did. I think I did a good job. Is what real? Is what real? What's real? What's real? Star Fox. Is what real? Jimmy for D Fox. D Fox and some picks? Maybe. I would take it straight up. I don't give a shit. I would actually do that trade. I would do that trade personally. Bam was playing way too scared tonight, especially in the fourth quarter. I agree. I think he's cooked mentally for this season alone. I think he's trying to take that step forward. But you got to remember, the star of our team is not there anymore. He's not playing the game of basketball on the Miami Heat. He's just not. And it's sad. It's sad because Bam is supposed to develop his game around the system that's built. Now, we've known for a long time that Bam's game doesn't coincide with this system. The system this year and for the last few years has been get Tyler Herro the ball and turn him into a perennial all-star. That's what it's been. It's for guards and it's for players that actually are on ball. Bam is there, nothing else there but to be a cog. That's what needs to change. I think Spo needs to start making adjustments for Bam, not just for Tyler Herro. Okay? I don't know. We'll see. Lol, as is Miguel, very good Jorge. Thank you very much, Miguel. I try my best. Okay? Trade Jim Butler and start the rebuild this shit. I agree. Herro then would need Shaq. Shaq's getting fired from his current job. We might be able to get him on the minimum. Jimmy to the 76ers for Jared McCain. I genuinely don't think that there could have been a worse comment you could have put in there. That is the most crazy shit I've ever seen. I'm so weirdly enticed by it. Weirdly. Bam is who he is, man. It's Jova. Sadly, you're wrong. Bam is better than you think. Bam is not some fucking weak little bitch that's going to sit in the back. Yeah, he had 4 points tonight. But you know what else he had? He had 5 blocks. He had nine rebounds, 3 of them offensive. He had 5 assists. He does this shit. But he is having to relegate himself to Draymond Green because of what Spoelstra and the system has done. Now, guys, if you want to jump on the show, let me know. Okay. You can reach out to me at xHeatlifer on Twitter. And you can jump on the show. We can talk shit. It's up to you. Message me on there and I'll send you the link. But we're going to talk about something else, okay? This is what I've wanted to bring up all day. Unnamed source, okay? I'm going to put it unnamed source. The Heat are actual saints for not leaking what Jimmy does to them and to the team in private. I'm not going to tell you who that message was from because I don't want to give them. I want to give them credit. I want to give them what they're looking for because this is exactly what they're looking for. And it's publicity, it's hype, it's clout, it's shit like that. I know this person. I've spoken to him a couple times, but what I don't understand, like your timing makes too much sense. You don't know any more than any of us. Anyone in this chat, that person does not know anything more than you. This whole media shenanigans crap for the last how many weeks now has been nothing more than for people who have no sources to create their own. The Shams versus the Bernie fucking argument started with that. Shams beat him. Shams just kept going. He kept going, and he was right. What he didn't report, what his biggest mistake was he didn't report the Heat side of the story. The Heat have no intentions of trading Jimmy Butler. I'm being so serious. Like, I don't think that what's been going on has been indicative at all of what the Miami Heat think. The Heat do not want to trade Jimmy. The Heat have no intention of trading Jimmy. They're going to let him walk for free because they think that they can drive his price down. They think they can drive his price down to a manageable number for a contract. I don't know. I don't think so. I really, really doubt. At this point, I'm telling you from what I think, there is no way. There is no fucking way the Miami Heat are going to reach an agreement with Jimmy Butler for a contract. I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's already got a foot out the door. I think he's already sick of it. Especially through this all crap. I think it's over. Baseball says, I think Shams tarnished his credibility with this reporting. I agree. You walked into a situation where you were I don't know how to say it, like the next big thing. Woj left. Woj wasn't here. Like, and you're supposed to step up into the pecking order, and you didn't do that. Now, do I think he's wrong? Do I think that Shams is wrong about his reporting? I don't think so. I think his sources are way more prevalent than like anyone else you're hearing. From whatever news network, whatever news station you want to bring up, I don't think it's happening. Jimmy did the best he could with half-an-assed organization. This one right here, this is what we've been talking about. The organization, mostly due to that man, has been like, I don't know, it's been some of the most hard-to-watch basketball the last 3-4 years. And people go around, well, he asked for Kyle Lowry and he got Kyle Lowry. No. He didn't just ask for Kyle Lowry. There would have been 3 or 4, 5, 6 other names over the years that they would have wanted. Now, also, isn't that your job? Isn't that your job to figure out what this team needs? Not to just delegate that to Jimmy Butler, not to just delegate that to the players. Isn't it your job to go out there and see what this team needs? I don't think it's a situation where you can go out there and say Jimmy got what he wanted. Like, this is what he asked for. He's not running the fucking front office. We are. That man is. That man's running it. And they've given him shit. They've given him shit. Jim Butler is a legend. Solar Lager. He is. I think he tried his best. He's been here for years. And the contract makes me sick. Yep. Guys, it all goes back to the same story. Asset management, poor. Caleb Martin leaving, poor. Gabe Vincent walking for basically nothing, poor. Max Strus the Minnesota Timberwolves offered a first-round pick right before our little finals run, before the trade deadline, and we didn't take it. We had no intention of bringing that guy back. We had no intention of signing that guy to a multi-year deal like that for big, big money. But you let him go for nothing anyway. Happened with Kendrick Nunn as well. We're not the best market. But, bro, you can't sit here and tell me that we're not in like a top 3 market in the NBA. Sorry, top 5. You really can't. Miami has got no personal income tax. sandy beaches, good lifestyle, good weather, everything. I don't think we can use that as an excuse. I really don't think. Follow Sixers too, and the Heat are far ahead of Sixers in terms of management. I agree. But does that mean it's like the shinier of two turds at that time? Like, yeah, we might be slightly better than what the 76ers, maybe the Utah Jazz, but hey, when they wanted to trade, they traded. You think they didn't get a good return for Paul George? So for Ben Simmons, they got a decent return. I don't think it was anything to be ashamed of at that point. Mate, have you been to Miami? I have been to Miami. I have, and I enjoyed it very much. Thank you very much, Miguel, for asking that question. Now, we're going to bring up something else. This is another one. After originally denying trade reports earlier this month, Jim Miller's agent, Bell, he is giving no comment to the rumors. Now, for a guy that's so outspoken, for the guy that went out there and went out of his way to call Shams an idiot, like, does this not smell a little bit like shit? And if it smells like shit, if it looks like shit, it's shit. I'm looking at a player that wants to leave the Miami Heat, and an organization has no intention of trading him. That's where we're at here. What's this? What NPC says Sixers fan got? What? Miguel? Speak English, brother. I don't understand what you're saying. Sixers fans getting scammed? Absolutely, you are. You are getting scammed. And the final media asset I have is this. We don't usually comment on rumors, but all speculation has become a distraction to this team, and it's not fair to the players or coaches. Therefore, we make it clear we're not trading Jimmy Butler. Listen, you should forget the fact that you don't want to trade him. You should. You have to at this point. You're not going to get a return from him. You're going to lose out on this player. Yeah, you're going to clear some good salary up. You're going to save around, what, $50 million next year? But you're going to set this franchise back years. If you don't get some draft capital in return, one or two good players, maybe even a decent vet for this player, this guy could be traded. If you can't go and replenish the stock after you've put all your eggs into that basket, it's like the Nets. The Nets could have gone and just released Kevin Durant after his contract, but they traded him for picks. It's like Donovan Mitchell leaving the Utah Jazz for nothing. No, they traded him and they got a good return from him. It's like Dame saying when he wanted to go out, letting him play out the rest of his contract before he signed the extension and letting him go for nothing. Instead, they got a decent return, a shitty return, but it's a whole different story. You're not going to pay this person. You have no intention of building your team around him. You have no intention of making a winning basketball play with him on the court or without him on the court. So why not trade him? What? Why would you keep someone against their will like that for the whole time? It's not good for business. It's not a business decision. It's an emotional decision by that man because he's upset. Now, Jimmy's a little bit of a bitch too for doing all this. Jimmy's definitely to blame. Partially for some of this shit. But if you don't think that it's your job as general management of this organization to go and I don't know, build some pieces around a team, then your job is done here, Pat Riley. Your job is done. All right? I like this question. Can they trade Terry? Can they trade Terry the Terrible? They can. They can trade Terry the Terrible. No, but they're going to have to attach a pick to do that. And that's just not what's going to happen. That just shouldn't be what we do anymore. It's bad. Our need to go and attach picks to players to get off their contracts is a joke. We attached the pick to Kyle Lowry last year. And don't get me wrong, at the time, I was happy about it because I was sick of looking at Kyle Lowry. But we had an expiring... If you want to give an expiring player to go off the books to save money, that's the time to do it. Kyle Lowry isn't worth anything. Jimmy Butler is. It's the truth. Kyle Lowry was worth nothing at that point in time. So you had to attach a pick to him to go and send to get Rozier. The only thing of value that Kyle Lowry brought was to be a salary dump at the end of the season. Not that simple. Heat is Pat. That's the problem here. I'm not saying that, that this is not what this is not what the organization is thinking. I'm telling you, this is what they're thinking, and it's bad. Pat Riley hasn't done nothing good for this organization in years. Years. Prove me wrong, Pat. Prove me wrong, please. It's clear Platt would rather go down with this build. Bro, then why are we sitting down? Why are they taking it? Someone in that organization has to be looking at this whole thing, this whole situation, say, yeah, something's wrong. We can't keep doing this. Like, bro, speak up. But just like some other news networks out there who won't speak up because they're afraid of their credentials being yanked, you're not going to lose your job over it. You might, but that's not my problem. That's your problem. But if you're willing to go down with this build, Pat Riley, for the next 1 or 2 years, I don't see it. I just genuinely don't see it. Every time Rozier dribbles, my heart rate goes up. Goes up. He sucks. He sucks. He can't dribble. He was never a playmaker at Charlotte either, but he hasn't even proven to take a step up in any sort of facet of his game. But did he play okay tonight? Yes. So I'm going to give him a break because he's copped enough shit. Really, he has. And now with this whole Drew Smith incident, him going down for the rest of the year, signing Isaiah Stevens, and look, even the fact that we signed Isaiah Stevens and Kashad Johnson, well, I forgot his name, ever since we signed them, if you think that we're going to give those minutes to Isaiah Stevens, we're wrong. He'll be distributing them to Alec Burks and Rozier. And Isaiah Stevens will be playing 6 minutes a night at the end. I like this message. New message is needed in sports writer pool. I agree. We need new people in all facets of basketball. You want to know why ratings are going down? It's stale. It's stagnant. The product isn't what it used to be. We're not living off of nostalgia anymore. Okay? The nostalgia was carrying the NBA after the whole Cavs versus Golden State thing. They tried to attach themselves to Zion Williamson. Didn't work. They tried to attach themselves to Jason Tatum. Even when he won a championship, the NBA can't market that man. That's how boring he is. Anthony Edwards hasn't done anything special this year. Luka Doncic is injured. Embiid's injured. Wemby's doing great. But is he the next big thing? Yeah. But they can't keep marketing through Wemby at this point in time. So at that point, they've got nothing. Kevin Durant is older now. You can't really run through him. LeBron James, the star of the NBA for the last 15, 20 years. What are you going to write about? That the Lakers are mid? That the team's injury prone? Yeah. That's all they've got. So you've got nothing to base your product on. You've got nothing to build your product through that platform. So you have got nothing. That's why your ratings are down. Put something new in there. Something different. And not the fucking NBA Cup. That was boring. That shit was disgusting. The idea's bad. The execution's even worse. It's boring. We are not the Premier League. This is not the champion. This is not the Premier League. This is not football, European soccer, whatever you want to call it. We do not need 3 or 4 other competitions to do shit. But do they care? No. They're just going to keep riding out for what it was. They released a statement the other day saying, oh my God, Christmas was a success for us this year. The ratings went up. It's fucking Christmas. Of course the ratings are going to go up. Does it mean that your shit's saved? No. NBA Cup is great for a bye-week rest. Yes, for the players, not for us. As fans, we need to be engaged 24/7. That is your job. If you're the NBA, you need to be engaging the players 24/7. They will trade for LeBron James. 2 years ago, maybe. That would have been cool, but not now. He's 40, turning 41. I don't want that man on my roster. Because what we're going to have to give up is going to be ridiculous. And by the way, if you think Kevin Durant and Jimmy are in similar positions, you're absolutely correct. But Kevin Durant got what he wanted. He got what he wanted. He got traded. But the teams he left weren't destroyed. It's the organizations like Miami that will let players walk for nothing, in which that will happen. They just sell nostalgia? No, bro. The nostalgia's done. What nostalgia anymore? It's boring now. They've rinsed it. LeBron is 40 on the 30th of December. Okay, tomorrow. Happy 40th birthday. Like I don't see where the NBA goes from here in terms of price. You need a superstar. You need someone to go out and actually bag you ratings, bag something. But like, you need a star to lean on, but they're not going to get that. They're just not gonna get that. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you've been waiting for this moment. I have got someone down there, right here. And that man, his name is Anthony Donato.
George, don't ever point to your crotch and say I have Anthony Donato down here. Don't ever do that again, please.
Welcome, Anthony.
What's up, George?
I'm hosting a post-game show in 2024.
Yeah,
Mama, we did it. We did it. Witness Weekly is back.
Woo!
Witness Weekly, baby.
Witness
we
Weekly.
took a year off.
Every time the Heat score under 90 points and win, we'll do a Witness Weekly. So probably never again.
It will happen once a year. At that point, it happen once a year. It'll happen once. It has to. But Anthony.
In the year 2024, listen, anyways, I just want to say I'm here for one reason only, and that's for Miguel Gordillo. What's up, bro? How you doing tonight? I'm here solely for you.
All right. We were just talking about a whole bunch of shit. We've done I got a Christmas tree with my guests. I don't know if you saw it.
Wait, let me zoom in.
It's running the asylum.
Is that Fox? Bro, you got to
Fox.
put Fox under the tree, man. He's the gift that we all want this year, man.
That's why it's at the bottom. At the bottom of the tree.
Okay. Okay. You just got to get it in frame. I feel you.
Oh, no. There's more tree.
No, I know, but I meant like it'd be hard to put him under the tree and get it on stream.
It'd be a fucking joke.
Yeah, I guess
you couldn't do that.
I like that, baby. That's clean.
So this is the gift that we want.
Why is Pat Riley higher than Jimmy? Is that like a race thing, or is that just
I want
like
a point guard?
His
That's
side?
why he's the gift under the tree. I need him to leave. Okay? And because it's going to happen in the middle of the season, he's in the middle of the tree.
Oh,
but on top is the man that's given me so much grief over my time.
Oh, okay. I just making sure you're on
Riley.
the same page here.
He's God in this situation. He is the God that can make both these things happen.
Mm-hmm.
That is Saint Nick. That is Santa Claus. All right? That man. He's Santa Claus. He can make both these things happen.
Yo, y'all celebrate Christmas in
we
Australia?
do. We do.
When is it? Was it yesterday?
The 25th of December.
Really?
Just like everyone else. Why you sound surprised?
Fascinating. Well, I don't know. You guys are like 17 days ahead of us, so who the hell knows?
One day. You know what? This guy asked for Jess, so we're going to ask for Jess too. Give me a second.
No, fuck that. Jess just kicked my ass in the semifinals of fantasy, man. And I was so pissed. Let me tell y'all. I was playing. We have a basement fantasy league, and last year I was in the championship versus Jess, and she kicked my ass. Don't lose to this team. Today I was in the semifinals, or not today. Last weekend I was in the semifinals versus Jess, and she won by 4, all because I started Tua over Geno Smith, which is, in hindsight, that's incredibly stupid. Why the hell would I start Tua at all? I don't know. But Tyreek Hill dropped like 2 touchdowns. If he caught one of them, I'm in the championship this week versus Royal. Imagine if I was in the championship versus Royal.
No one wants to see that. Everyone wants to see that. I lied.
Oh,
everyone wants to see that happen.
Well, it doesn't matter. I lost to Jess again. But shout out to Jess. She's
You know what, Ant? They're gonna take over for the next 2 minutes because I'm gonna do something.
I was just gonna ask you to take over. I'm literally uploading my video as
all right. I'll keep going. No,
I'll go for 2 minutes.
All right, you got 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'll update. I don't know what the hell George talked about. I do have quite a lot to say about this game. You'll send me the link, Ant. What you want the link for, Typhoon? What you want? Let me know. I got you. Whatever you need. You my boy. I got you. But yeah, I have a lot to say about this game. But as we speak, the video is getting uploaded to my YouTube channel right now. So make sure y'all go check that out. Just search Anthony Donato or Anthony D_Heat. It'll come up. I just recorded a 20 minutes post-game video because I got a lot to say. But I will show y'all this if y'all are curious regarding the Basement Fantasy League. This is where the current standings are for the championship game, which, like I said, is Royal versus Jess. And to be honest, I'm not even mad I lost to Jess because like 2 of my players are Kenneth Walker and CD Lamb, and they were both announced like today that they were going to be out for the season. So even if I did play Royal in championship, he would have kicked my ass. But this is where we stand right now. Looks like we got Royal with a 65% chance to win because we just had Lamar do good, but let's see who did good for Royal.
Is that Brock Purdy?
Yeah, Royal. I don't know why Royal is projected to win so much. I guess because Jess had Joe Mixon, who only had 26 yards. But the only person Royal had play yet was George Pickens, who was okay. He had 8 points. So yeah, still a lot to be determined in the fantasy basement league, but we'll probably keep y'all up to date on Twitter on whoever wins. So, you want the link, Typhoon?
Do you know the link? How to share the link?
Yeah. You got me on
this
Twitter,
thing,
Typhoon? I forget if I have you. If you don't have me, hit me up on Twitter right here. I'll DM you the link real quick. I'd love to have you hop on with us, man.
That'll be fun. That'll be very fun.
Hit me up on Twitter real quick. I got my DMs open. I'll pop over the link to you. But yeah,
just in case, by the way, just in case if you're missing Royal on this Christmas evening or whatever, Boxing Day, whatever it's going to be for you guys, I got something small for you guys.
Where's
Yes, sir!
Yes, sir. That's clean, George. That's clean. I like that.
That should have been at the start of the show.
Well, yeah, Royal is obviously now he is a self-proclaimed hero. Actually, he didn't say he's a hero lover, but he just said he's no longer a hero hater. So I'm not exactly sure where he stands, but given the fact that he's not here today, a little suspicious, I will say.
I know. It's just he did this. That was him as Tyler Herro hit the game winner. It's the sad news. The sad reality we live in. We're part of a network, Anthony, where we have to get our own. And when certain ideas, certain narratives that we create don't go ourselves, we think we can just leave. Shame on you, Royal. Shame on you. Because we're still here.
Royal does not give a shit what you have to say.
Absolutely not. He does not care. Nor will he care for the rest of the day. But we're going to go back to something I wanted to bring up. I want to get your opinion on something.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about this. Actually, wrong one. That one. Sorry.
I'm making a thumbnail, George. What do you need? I'm back. After originally denying Trey Porter's no comment. Yeah, but Bernie Lee did end up making a comment today. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw. And guess what it said? That he was making Christmas toys.
Yeah. I thought that was funny.
That's not a comment. That is a way to get out of it, thinking it was funny.
Yeah, it is. You're right. I'm not even lying about that, but I still thought it was funny.
I think he's an idiot.
No. I had quote tweeted that earlier today, and I just said my GOAT. Like I quoted the new Bernie.
I saw.
Tweet.
No, I saw.
Yeah, but and then Thread had sent it back to me in the chat. He was like, "And get better role models." That was kind of funny, just because. Yeah, like if I'm out here calling Bernie Lee my GOAT, even I gotta admit, okay, that's maybe a step too far. I literally called multiple people on my Twitter account GOATs today, but one of them was Jim Larrañaga. So shout out to him because he is a legitimate GOAT. Are you familiar with the talents of Jim Larrañaga, George?
I have no idea.
Well, he is the longtime University of Miami basketball coach who called it quits today. I was gonna say retired, but I don't think he technically retired, even though he probably is. He's 75 years old. Has been a great coach for a long time, but he's just kind of had enough with like the NIL in college, and he doesn't like the transfer portal and guys getting paid. And for someone who's old school, I get that. So he finally stepped down today, but he had a great career in Miami. Obviously made the Final Four a couple years ago, been to a couple Sweet 16, so nothing but love.
College football?
No, basketball.
Oh, these people?
Yeah.
Boring. Boring people.
All right, talk for 2 minutes while I type up a thumbnail here.
All right.
A title.
Now, look, I think we all know where we're going here. I think we all know where we came here today was talk about Tyler Herro. So I'm gonna give him some more time, just because it's Tyler Herro. Herro in himself is not a bad player, okay? But in this system in which they've chosen to let him shine, I'm sitting here and saying it's still not good enough. Not for me. Not for what this team needs. Not for what I want. Not for anything. I genuinely think that he can do more. I think he needs to really step up his playmaking in the sense of like, we don't have a point guard. We had Drew Smith play 30 minutes a night in the year 2024. Now, was he bad? No. I actually ended up liking watching Drew Smith minutes because he was a smash mouth defender, and he could pass, and he could do a little bit of everything. But his injury concerns are the same with Tyler Herro's, where you just don't know what you're going to get. You don't know how long he's going to be down for. He's now had 2 year-ending year-ending injuries. And I saw something saying there's a chance that he could get, what's it called, paid? He could get put on a deal to do rehab at the Miami Heat on this roster. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Does he deserve it? Maybe not. No.
Because he can't rehab in-house unless he's under contract. That's why I believe they're going to keep him on the two-way.
That's ridiculous. That is dumb. I don't get it. Yeah, you want to do right by your people. What about Dwayne Wade? What about Jimmy Butler? What about the people that you should have done right by? What happened to them? They're not good enough for you, but Drew Smith is? Like, come on, man. Dwayne Wade brought 3 championships here. And they still didn't pay him. Jimmy Butler took us to 2 finals. Actually, he didn't take us shit. He did his best, and now look what they're doing to him. They're not going to pay him. Nor did I want them to pay them. But the thing you can do is send him to a contender. Send him for picks. Send him to Golden State. Send him anywhere you want. Just get him out. But by you coming out and saying we will not be trading Jimmy Butler, that's ridiculous. And it smells weird. And like I said before, if it looks like shit, smells like shit, it's shit. I really want them to move into the deadline and for them to be wrong. But I don't think it's going to happen at this point, which is even more disappointing. Because our franchise next year is going to be it's going to be Tyler and Bam and a bunch of role players all over again. And it's not going to be fun. So we're at this point now. Yep, no, I agree. 3 championships and took a pay cut. And then he said, I wanted my money. And then he went to Chicago and did the Cavs. Fucking disgraceful.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, Wade ended up getting this paid just as much in Chicago as he would have in Miami when you consider the state taxes. So that whole situation is kind of weird, to be honest.
Then you damage your image beyond repair for a long time. The Miami Heat was looked at as a joke because of that deal.
No, I get it, but I mean, to be honest, and you're right, you're definitely right. But at the time, I was kind of cool with letting Wade walk just because I really didn't want to give him the thank you. Listen, I know this is an unpopular opinion, y'all, so just listen to what I'm saying. But what was I gonna say? But I was cool not paying Wade like the thank you contract because we had just saw the Lakers do that to Kobe, and the Lakers kind of sucked for a long time after that. And to be honest, they kind of sucked up until they happened to get LeBron James. And I saw what they were going through, and I really didn't want to put the Heat in that situation just by paying Wade all that money. You can argue that it would have been worth it because it did damage his franchise, and they had to do a lot of damage control in the following years. They started that whole Heat culture campaign, and they overpaid guys like Deion Waiters and James Johnson to show that we actually take care of our people. So it did end up hurting them a lot. But at the time, I'll be honest, I was cool letting Wade walk.
But that's the thing. Look at that's damning, by the way. That's actually like saying that could ruin your parade, Ant. That's blasphemous.
I'm a Heat fan first, man. What can I say?
Okay. But okay, you're a Heat fan first. So should we change it? Should we trade Jimmy?
Well, see, that's the thing though. I understand I'm very hypocritical in that regard because I don't want to trade Jimmy. I don't. But here's the thing though. It's a battle of brain versus heart. My brain 100% yes, I want to trade Jimmy. But my heart, I don't want to do it. I can't do it. Although I know we should. And I kind of got into a little bit of a Twitter debate with a Big Heat Energy on Twitter. He had posted some long thing that he got a lot of hate for. But anyways, that's my guy. So we got into it a little bit. And I had said that I was kind of cool letting Wade walk because it would have purely been a thank you contract. Just because of that stage at Wade's career, he was a bench player, a productive one, but a bench player. And I feel like at this stage of Jimmy's career, he's still a guy that can be a 1A on a championship team. I still believe that. I think he can do that this year. I think he can do it next year. After that, I don't know. Now, can he stay healthy? No, I don't think he can. But I'd rather pray that he can stay healthy in the playoffs instead of trade him and never have that chance. Because guys like Jimmy Butler don't fall off trees. And I want to ride him till the wheels fall off, and I don't think the wheels have fallen off just yet.
There you go. That was scary. What you just said. You want to ride who until the wheels fall off?
Oh, you got to get your notepad out. Right.
I got a notepad. It's right here. Got a book.
I feel like I just gave a nice spiel, George, with some well thought out comments, and that's where you're going with this.
Your spill literally proves one thing, that you have a criminal mentality, because you want everything. You wanted the Wade years. You wanted the Wade, production. You wanted the 3 championships, but you didn't want to pay for it. Now, you know what that makes you ant?
I didn't want to pay him when he was no longer capable of being the guy. But you that's the point. The deal was that they don't pay him throughout the time so they can go get LeBron. They can go get Bosh. They can go get role players. But when the time called for you to pay your debt back, you said, nah. No,
nah. That's called a criminal mentality.
Nah, when Dwayne Wade takes a pay cut, you don't take a pay cut expecting something in return later on.
That's the point. That was the whole point of the deal.
Favor. George, you don't do people favors and expect things in return. That's not how life works. If that's the case, if Dwayne Wade said, okay, I'm going to take a pay cut now, but you pay me later, that's bullshit. The Heat don't owe him that. He didn't have to take a pay cut to get those guys. He decided to do that.
That's different. No, I understand where you're coming from there, and I agree. That's the principle behind the deal. But if that deal was made, and it was behind closed doors, that Wade would take that pay cut to go get the players. And when it came time for them to pay him back, like they said they would, and they didn't do it, that's when they lost their credibility. Well, that's why Dwayne Wade doesn't sit in our building anymore.
I don't know if those conversations happen behind closed doors. If he was promised something and didn't get it, then 100%. But in general in life, I don't think you should do favors for people and expect something in return. And listen, I see the comments. I see Ray, my guy King Cooks. He said, yo, what you want to do, Ant? What I want to do is make those chicken parm meatballs that you posted on your TikTok a couple weeks ago. I still have it bookmarked, my guy. Make sure y'all go follow our boy King Cooks, the Kane Gang member. I will not do the hand sign. But Kane Gang, honorary basement member. Make sure y'all go check out my boy on TikTok, Instagram. He's the most fire chef in the building. But I see the rest of y'all comments, Miguel, Orlando. I see y'all bringing up the Whiteside comment. And I think this is something that we did not mention, that they're right. Part of the reason that Wade was mad is because they prioritized Whiteside over Wade. That I do think is kind of fucked up, right? Because they could have made sure their deal with Wade was sorted out before going after Whiteside. I understand KD. They were going after KD that same offseason, but that's KD. Once you didn't get him, they should have sat down with Wade, hammered out a deal with him, and then tried to work on Whiteside. And they should have said, hey, Whiteside, you wait. We know you want to stay here. We want you. Let's take care of Wade, and then we'll get you back here. That didn't happen. It was the opposite. They kind of pushed Wade to the side, banged out Whiteside's contract. And if you're D-Wade, I get why you're pissed off at that. And that's fair for everyone saying that in the comments. That's fair.
I don't know, man. I was always a proponent of paying the man afterwards. And when we lost him, we lost a lot of credibility around the league. And I think that, like you what you said before was true, is that what we had to do to recover from that cost us way more than what would happen if we just kept him. It's the same thing in the work culture today. It's like when one of your best employees comes and asks for a pay rise, and then you tell them, I don't think I will. I don't think I'll do that. That's what happened. And instead of paying the guy, you then have to pay even more to replace him. So, I don't know. Bosh, like you said, Bosh left unhappy. Wade left unhappy. LeBron forced his way out unhappy.
Don't say Bosh. He even admitted as such later on that he was kind of in the wrong. Like they were trying to protect him from himself, and he's acknowledged as much since.
I like Bosh. I miss Bosh.
No, I did too. And I'll say too on the Wade thing. What were we talking? Oh yeah, if we're gonna talk in hindsight, and you agreed with what I said, which is it ended up hurting them because they had to do this whole image revival by paying James Johnson, like I was saying earlier, doing the whole heat culture thing.
Tyler Johnson was the big one. That's when I knew we were fucked.
Of course, the Heat are still paying ramifications for that today. We don't have first round picks because we had to attach them to offload those bad contracts. But if we are going to talk about that in hindsight, we should also mention in hindsight that the Heat have Jimmy Butler because of Dwayne Wade. If Dwayne Wade never left, I don't think the Heat ever get Jimmy. So there was some good and bad to losing D Wade. So there is two sides.
You can't expect that history to repeat itself after you change the course of history. Like, you don't know what was going to happen after that.
What do you
don't
say?
know. Because, okay, so like you say, because Wade, if Wade doesn't leave Miami, then we don't get Jimmy Butler. Then we don't know that to be true. If Wade stayed in Miami, we could have gotten someone else. We could have got someone better.
No, you're right. I'm talking in complete hindsight. I'm just speaking the facts. But if we're talking, if we are analyzing 6 years later the effects of Dwayne Wade leaving, the good is we got Jimmy Butler. The bad is you had to do a whole image revival. There's good and bad. Now, if Wade would have stayed, shit, maybe we would have won a couple more championships. Maybe we would have got Jimmy and Wade. Like, who the hell knows? We don't know. But in hindsight,
correct something very quickly.
Some bad.
It's James Ennis III, by the way. James Ennis III. Get his name right.
Why?
Please.
Why does his comment come up blue?
I don't know.
Because it's not a dono, right? But on your end, is it blue also?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Oh, it's because you selected it. That's why. Never mind. I'm tripping. Yeah, Royal or someone changed our StreamYard to dark mode, and now all the colors are.
Yeah. No,
I thought it was a dono for a second, but
at the end of the day, I think going back to what we said, Jimmy should have been paid. So Jimmy should be dealt, but they won't. So we're gonna go. What's the plan? What's the plan for us? So what? He goes into the offseason. He declines his deal. He's not taking that play option anymore. That play option's gone. So he declines his play option. Yeah. He'll decline his play option.
I don't know. I don't know if he'll do that.
You don't think he's going to... Bro, you think he's staying in Miami after this whole saga?
I think he wants his money first and foremost, George. And if he continues showing this season... What, you don't think he wants his money more than anything? He wants his money. That's why this all started.
I think he wants to be dealt.
I think he wants to be dealt because he wants his money. That's why.
Yeah, but no matter where he goes, wherever else, he's going to get the bag. Like he'll go to Brooklyn for half a season and then tell them to get traded.
Brooklyn's literally the only other team.
He'll go. He's that petty. He will go to Brooklyn for 6 months or 3 months, and then ask to get traded midway through.
The money that he'd be getting. So what are you saying? He signs a 2-year deal with Brooklyn.
So it's a 2-year deal with Brooklyn, 50 something million or 48 million, something like that, wherever it's going to be, and then we'll have a pre-arranged agreement. You will trade me at the mid-season point, and then they will get the return for him.
But that's my point, George, is that you just said he'd sign for 50 million with the Nets per year. If he opts in, he'd be making 52 million with the Heat. So why would he sign?
Because he wants to leave. He knows he won't get dealt here. He knows we're not contending here anymore.
But he'd be on the last year of his deal if he opted in. So I'm saying he wants his money first and foremost. Jimmy's missed 25% of the games this season. If he continues on this trajectory of not being available, being inconsistent when he plays, nobody's going to pay him $50+ million a year starting next year. If he opts in, he is making over $50 million next year. So if that's the case, he'd end up making the most money next year if he opts in. And then whatever happens after that, it happens after that.
You're underestimating how petty Jimmy Butler can be.
George, I don't think he hates the Heat, though. I think he wants to get paid, and the Heat don't want to pay him. So if he goes into that's why Pat Riley said today they're not trading it, because he wants to take this into the offseason. Not because he doesn't want to, not because he wants to keep Jimmy. No, he very well might want to lose Jimmy, but he wants to worry about that in the offseason. If things go the way they are, Jimmy is not going to get more than $50 million per year because he hasn't had a great season. He's had a couple great games, but he's missed too much time. So if Jimmy's looking at the market next year and the only team with cap space is Brooklyn and they're paying $55 million, Jimmy's going to say, I'm not moving to Brooklyn for $55 million when I could just opt in with the Heat and get 52.
I genuinely think that he's going to opt out no matter what. I think he's going.
So you think he hates the Heat is what you're telling me?
Yeah. At this point, I think he does. I agree. I think he hates the Heat.
Why? Why would he hate the Heat? Why?
I think he hates the front office. I think he doesn't like the way the team's constructed. I think he doesn't like some certain players on this roster either.
So where is he going to go where he does like that stuff, George?
Anywhere else than the Heat. He'll go play with Cam Thomas and Cam Johnson for half a season and then ask to be traded.
What benefit?
He wants to go to the Phoenix Suns anyway. He wants to go to Phoenix.
He'll never get to Phoenix. He'll never get there.
He'll get to Golden State.
Unless Phoenix offloads a bunch of first-round picks to entice someone else to take Bradley Beal's contract.
I think he'll make his way to Golden State by the end of it.
George, that's fine, but he can still opt in for next year, and then they could trade him next year. He can move the following offseason. Like, I'm not saying he's here for life if he opts in. I'm just saying he's going to opt in because he wants the most money possible. And right now, his next year with the Heat is the most money he could possibly get next year.
I just don't think he's extending. I don't think he's going into that player option. I think he's already got a very, very bad. He's already had a very, very bad time of this whole situation. I don't think it's coming back from it.
I disagree, George.
You think there's a road back? You think there's a road back from this?
Well, yeah, I think there's a road back, but that's yeah, I think there's a road back. I'm gonna go ahead and get Typhoon in here. I see him. He said he just wait, he said and just send it. Oh, he asked me to send a link. Man, Typhoon, I'm doing a stream right now. And I'm uploading my video. Just DM me. My handle's right here. I'll send you the link real quick. What was I gonna say though? But yeah, George, I think you're overstating his hate for the Heat. I don't think he hates the Heat. I think he didn't like what Pat Riley said too much, and I think that he wants to get paid. But he can get over a couple of comments from Pat Riley. Like, he's a grown man. Like, I don't think he hates the Heat. I think we know he loves Spo. We know he loves his teammates. We know he has respect for the organization. That's not something you walk away from just because Pat Riley made a few comments towards.
I don't know, man. I genuinely think that he will force his way out of Miami by the end of this if we don't trade him. Because he's going to go into the offseason, right? He's going to just say he opts in. Yep. He'll only opt in if there's another deal waiting for him on the other side. If there's a contract to be made on the other side of the deal. There's no way he's taking that risk to be in Miami for another year where he knows he's never going to get paid. If he wants a multi-year deal, he's not getting it from Miami, for the money he's looking for.
My whole point is no one is going to give it to him, George. He's missed 25%. Why would Brooklyn do that, George?
Because they could end up trading him 6 months, like 3 months into the season.
If Miami can't trade him now for shit, what the hell makes you think Brooklyn's going to be able to trade him?
You think there's no interest for Jimmy Butler on the market right now? Of course there's interest out there. It's not to the Heat's liking. The Heat want what they would get for a 28-year-old this version of Jimmy Butler. That's what they want. They want too much. They're asking for too much.
So let's say Jimmy opts out, right? And let's say he signs with Brooklyn for $55-60 million a year. And then come January, they decide to trade him. What do you think the Nets get for a 36-year-old Jimmy Butler who's guaranteed to miss more time than he has this season already?
He's not guaranteed to miss more time. He's just
George, he's missed 25% of the games this year, dog. If you think he's going to miss less time as he gets older, you're insane.
It's not. No, I'm not saying as a cause of principle that he's bound to lose, bound to miss less games. I'm saying I don't think that these problems will travel with him wherever he goes like that. I don't think so. I don't think they're as bad as they are. I genuinely think that this whole recent injury with the foot, ankle, and the illness, that's bullshit. I think he genuinely would.
It's weird.
I think it's a real injury. I don't think.
It's weird.
No. If he's on the decline, Miguel, if he's on the decline, ready? If he's on the decline, why keep him? Why let him opt into his player option if he's on the decline?
Because there's no good trades out there, George.
Yeah, there are. There would be.
What I think? I think Pat Riley came out
Not the Bradley Beal one. Not the Bradley Beal one.
No, obviously. I think Pat Riley came out today and said what he said because they scoured the trade market for a somewhat reasonable trade, couldn't find one. So now he's backtracking on it all. And if
Did you send Typhoon the thing?
I told him to DM me.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I just searched his DM. I just searched his at. It's not real.
Oh, you did send it to him.
No. At J Fluke does not exist.
Let me check real quick. I got it right here. It's at J Fluke.
Flukers. There's no S on the end of it, bruh. And you can't even DM him. Lovely.
I can DM him.
I can't. I'm not following him.
I can DM him, but honestly, I don't really want to go for too much long. We've been talking for over an hour.
We'll come on with a 15-minute cap.
All right, Typhoon. I will follow
Typhoon, you've been asking for a while. I don't want to not let you on.
I apologize. I have not followed you back sooner. I just followed you back now. And I sent you the link. You got a minute to hop on, and then we got 15 minutes because then I got to go do stuff. While we wait, make sure y'all go check out my post-game video after this. Just search Anthony DiNardo. It is posted. Spoke for 20 minutes. I'm on the grind to hit 6K subs. Yeah, we're like about 150 away. So make sure y'all go hit subscribe over there. I sent you the link, Typhoon. But yeah,
Good
I
night,
guess
Lee.
see you, my guy.
Perfect.
I guess if we had to say this though, George, well, you want to give your thoughts on next game? Actually, I don't feel like talking about the Jimmy thing no more.
All right, we'll talk about Van Lee's one. Which team is in best position for
Okay, I
trading
didn't see that.
Would you swap Bam for him? The answer's always going to be OKC. The answer's number one.
Wait, is Jokic on the trade market? Did I miss something?
If Jokic is on the trade market, would you trade Bam? Absolutely.
I would trade. I would cut off my left nut and my right one.
I'll shove my middle one.
Y'all got 3 in Australia?
Anyway, yeah, no. Which trade the team that is in best position to trade for anyone in the entire league? It will always be OKC.
Yeah, that's facts.
OKC have a ridiculous amount of picks, good young players, good contracts. Besides the Caruso one, which was kind of weird, but I don't know.
I'll say this though. I think Bam does have a lot of value in this league still, although we're very negative.
Oh no, he is still like very valuable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You got 30 seconds, brother.
Yeah, he saw the DM. If you can't get in Typhoon, it's all good. We'll get you on here next time. But let's just say someone like Jokic was to become available. I think Bam could win you a lot of trade packages. Like it depends though, because obviously a team like OKC could throw 7 first-round picks. I do think 7 first-round picks would get you that over Bam. But if a lot of teams don't necessarily have the assets, Bam could be someone to get you over the top. I'm gonna go ahead and add our guy Typhoon up here. Typhoon, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
What's good, Typhoon?
How you
Y'all
doing,
can hear me good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't clear.
Hey, man. Hey, good heat win, but boy, hey, Herro, hey, I told y'all Herro's going to do it in the clutch, man.
Hey, who'd you tell?
You did say it. You did say it.
Who'd you tell?
Oh, I tell Roy all the time, man. I tell Roy all the time.
He said on the playback. If you know what the playback is, it's where we watch the game together. Come and join us. We post the links on our Twitter.
Yeah,
come and join us during games.
Playback, man.
But they need to join the playback for real. It'd be lit in there.
It's so fun. It's so much more fun.
But honestly, even though we got this win, that we still look like shit. To be honest with you.
Brother.
Yeah. We're out here celebrating a 1-point win. I do understand. I'll put some perspective on this, but you got to take what you can get in an 82-game season. That's kind of my outlook on life.
I mean, I don't got to take a damn thing, but.
What'd you say? Sorry, I couldn't hear
you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit.
Oh, okay. I must say I don't got to take nothing, but hey, as long as Herro, he showed out, but that's what we're gonna need, honestly. If Jimmy ain't gonna be playing, it's basically Tyler Herro show. So.
All right. So before we get into the next game here, we'll get your thoughts on that too. What's your quick thoughts on Jimmy then? You've heard me and George go back and forth. You kind of lean towards one of our mindsets, or you somewhere in the middle?
I don't, man. Honestly, I just don't know. Like, could Jimmy stay? Yeah, and we could use him. But at the same time, if he don't want to be here, hey, go ahead and ship him off, bro.
I agree. I think ship him out. I'm done with it.
I think we've gone to the point now where it's like he's done what he can do for us, and we haven't put nothing around him. Obviously, we didn't want to put nothing around him, so hey, let's move forward.
But that's the thing. If we're saying, we could keep him, we could use him. We've been trying to use him for the last 5 years, and we haven't gone over the line. So, there's no point wanting to keep him. I genuinely don't think there's a point. So we're going to just be middle of the pack again. We just do the same shit different day. It's boring.
I honestly do. If they decide to resign him, okay, y'all going to have to make some major. There has to be major changes. Has to be.
You have to go get De'Aaron Fox at that point. You have to go get a player like that.
Somebody like Herro got to be traded. Duncan picks, whatever, you got to be traded. If y'all do re-sign him, if y'all don't re-sign him, I mean, still trade Herro no matter what. But
If you
things
don't
gotta
resign
change.
him, if you do resign Jimmy Butler, you have to go and trade Jaime Jaquez picks and like Rozier, like anything you get your hands on at that point.
I think Rozier might be a negative asset at this point.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Rozier, ain't nobody gonna want Rozier.
All right, well, Typhoon, I'm gonna try to wrap this thing up because I know George likes to talk. Unless you want to talk all night, George, because I just got.
I'm good to cut it. I'm good to
Okay,
cut it.
I know. Hey, for those of y'all that didn't know, George did a 24-hour stream earlier this year, so I know he can talk all day. And he did say that in 2025 he's doing a 48-hour stream. So make sure y'all subscribe to the basement. George didn't know he's gonna do that. I just told him, but he's doing a 48-hour live stream later this year. So make sure y'all subscribe to the basement so you don't miss it. We'll start with Typhoon. He got the Hawks on Sunday. How do you feel?
You know what? I'm gonna give them a win. They're gonna win.
How many points Tyler dropping?
Oh, Tyler, a cool 20.
If he got Trey Young guarding him, he better drop a damn lot more than that. George, you with us? How do you feel going into Sunday?
No, I'm telling you right now, we're losing. If we don't have Jimmy, we are losing that game. Because we are going to get outshot. Do you understand who Dyson Daniels is?
Oh yeah,
Dyson Daniels on Tyler.
He ain't 20.
He dropped 7.
I mean, you got to be optimistic. You know, optimistic ant is the
only when I got the hat on, my guy. Only after bad losses and when I got a hat on. Listen, if I was home during the last game versus Magic, I would have hopped on with optimistic ant. But I was at a Christmas thing, so I wasn't able to join. But yeah, of course, George went to high school with Dyson Daniels. I'm sure they went to the same barrier.
We just have one school here, and we just all go. It was me, him, Ben Simmons, and I on the same desk.
Yeah, it's in the Sydney Opera House. That's where everything takes place.
Yeah.
Yep, hey, that's all we know.
I think the Heat are going to win as well, just because George is a terrible betting man. But yeah, I'm feeling good. He's going to blow that shit out. Shout out to Royal. Subscribe to the basement. Subscribe to my channel. Follow George on Twitch at.
I don't stream on Twitch anymore, brother.
You
can follow me on Twitter at xheatlifer.
Follow him on Twitter at xheatlifer. And Typhoon, you got to get going on the Twitter, man. I didn't even know that was your handle, but y'all go follow my boy Typhoon on Twitter at jflukers.
You forgot the S. You forgot the S when you put your link in. Yeah.
Van Lee, would you trade Bam for Jalen Brown?
You just forgot it, George. It's all right.
The answer is no. Play the video, Lee.